with a video title like that, I got some explaining to do. Okay, so I'm not very good at being in the moment yet when something is going on mentally that I need to be aware of. You know, we've been talking about the inner critic and how we criticize ourselves. And I have been doing that this week over and over, and I didn't even notice it until yesterday. So, unfortunately, the biggest headline of the day is I have failed 75 hard. I am restarting tomorrow morning, but yesterday I did not get all my tasks done. Let me tell you what happened. I'm going to play for you guys a video that I took earlier this week that I thought would be really helpful as I was working on my self-love workbook, but it turns out it ended up being an experience for me that when I rewatched it, it was very disheartening. Here is the video. Okay, so it is my lunch break, and I decided that today, instead of doing a workout here, I'll do one at home. But I wanted to work on my self-love workbook. I'm stuck. And it talks about turning self-judgment into self-kindness. That is really hard for me because I am hard on myself. I guess I always have been and just haven't noticed it. But now that I'm having to deal with it, it's way harder because there's this person on my shoulder or in my brain, you know, devil and angel situation. I just fight with myself, you know? For me, one of the things that came up to me instantly when I was reading this page, and that's actually funny because it's the example they give, is the thought that I am a horrible cook. And I will tell anyone who I talk to that that is the case. My mom's a phenomenal cook. My mother-in-law's a phenomenal cook. My mama was amazing too. And so all the women in my family are really, really great cooks. I should be able to be a good cook. I should be able to provide food for my family that they love and enjoy. And so, yes, I feel like that is a huge failure on my part. I have to figure out how to turn that around. Because I understand when you say things like that about yourself, you start believing it about other things. I should be able to do that, and I'm not be able to. I should be able to do this, and I'm not able to. So the only thing I can think of to turn it around is my family does like my taco soup, and my family does like some of my casseroles. So I think the important thing will be when I have those negative thoughts to think of the positives I can take from it. Even though I am a horrible cook, or see, just said it again. Even though I feel that way about myself, I have to remember that I'm trying. So when I rewatched that video, I was doing editing, I got really sad because it just showed me how far I have to go. I know that this is a lifelong journey, and I know that it's something that I will continue to learn and grow from my whole entire life. But there are those moments when you just feel like you're such a failure and you're not getting it and it's not sticking, and there's that fear that you're going to revert to your old ways. So on Friday I was doing the editing and I just got really sad and upset about it. And then I did fine. I did all my tasks that day. And then yesterday, I decided I was going to take a quick look-see and see what my weight was doing. And I had gained. And of course, I was very frustrated because I'd done all the tasks that week, and I had worked out twice a day, and I had drank my water, and etc. And so I was super frustrated. And I know that we are not supposed to give power to that scale. Like McKenzie said in her video this past week, we cannot give power to the scale. And I know that, right? I mean, it's ingrained. I understand that. But for some reason, everything was just in the right emotional, mental, spiritual space that I did not remember that in that moment. I did not take hold of that truth. And so I got very upset, very down on myself. You know, I was 1.1 pounds away from my goal weight of my first goal weight of 100 pounds lost. And I just kind of unraveled and started talking to myself and started degrading myself and judging myself and being harsh on myself and feeling like a failure. And so yesterday I did not work out. I did not. I got to spend some wonderful time with my family. I'm so grateful for them. We got to go to a movie together. My stepdaughter and I had an amazing time at the mall shopping and doing girly stuff. And so I tried to make sure that my emotional turmoil did not affect the people around me. I had some cereal yesterday. I love cereal, and I'm lactose intolerant. And so we have cashew milk or coconut milk or something like that to use. Well, there was none of that. There was only Lactaid, which doesn't have lactose, but it's still dairy. So I ended up waking up this morning, and I was bloated. I felt gross and disgusting. And then when I opened my phone, of course, the first thing I see is that I failed because I didn't complete everything yesterday. And it just hit me because I honestly didn't even realize that I wasn't doing the tasks. You know, my mind was focused on beating myself up instead of focusing on the day and seizing the day. So it just really got me down this morning, and I got upset. And you know, I've done 75 hard before, so I know I can do it. And so I don't know if you're an athlete or a singer or an artist or anything, and you go to do something that you know you've done before and you can do it, and then you fail at it. It's just super frustrating because that is not what you were expecting to happen. And so I got really down in the pits this morning, and you know, I talked to my husband about it, and he was like, Charlotte, you're doing so good. Don't give up. And I was like, I'm not giving up. I'm going to start back over tomorrow, but I'm just frustrated that A, I won't meet my 100-pound goal this week, and B, I failed my 75 hard, and C, I let my inner critic get the best of me, and I didn't see my distorted thinking. And he's like, Charlotte, just stop. It's okay. You're doing great. Just keep moving forward and don't stop. He's so right. I'm going to actually take time to sit down and plan out what my days are going to look like. That's one thing that I've always struggled with, is having a schedule. When I am able to get those schedules in place, then the world is magical, and I'm able to feel super accomplished, proud of myself, and my goals, the things that I want in life, seem to fall in place. I am nailing down a routine that I am going to do from now on, and we're going to go one day at a time, and I'm going to focus on seizing that day. One of the things I do hope in this journey that becomes better is that I can talk to you guys when I'm frustrated. It's so good to get things out. I'm not a good journaler. I never have been. My brain goes 1,000 times faster than my pen can write, so I get frustrated. My handwriting, I can't even tell what I'm writing, so I'm not a journaler. But I do like to talk a lot, and so maybe expressing myself, coming on, like Daniella Joy did. She was feeling bad, and she said, you know what, instead of a binge, I'm going to come talk to you guys. And I was like, wow, that's brilliant. I need to start doing that, because if I can get my emotions out and my feelings out and talk about it, then generally it does end up coming around to where I'm able to figure out a game plan and how to move forward. One of these things I've been super grateful during the 75 hard challenge that I'm doing is that Derek's journey, I'm going to put his channel here, he did a walking challenge in March, and it was really cool because whoever wanted to be in the challenge, we all emailed him to let him know, and he put us into teams. Now, I'm an athlete at heart, and I am super competitive. I grew up with brothers, and so that is my jam. So that ended March 31st, and my team was in the lead, so I'm hoping we held out. But it really pushed me to do, my goal was to do over 10,000 steps a day, and I was able to accomplish that. And that was a huge, huge help in keeping me focused, having a goal, especially with getting my workouts in for 75 hard. I had amazing captain, Deanna. She's awesome. Her channel is Adventures of Deanna. You have to check it out. Deanna just did a video, I can't remember if it was last week or the week before, but it was called dopamine dressing. And I was like, is that like for salad, or what is the dressing we're talking about? But it's actually dressing, like the clothing that you wear, how the bright colors and how the textures can actually help your mood and give you a boost, a positive boost. You know, I had to go to our thrift shop and I got me some bright colors, and that does help me. I can tell you that when I'm wearing bright colors, it does help. So thank you, Deanna, for that inspiration. Hey guys, so I just finished my Soul Awakening walk. If you guys haven't seen all of my videos, it was what really helped me to get started on this journey. Getting up in the morning, taking a walk outside in nature, listening to some uplifting podcasts or talks on joy and love, and believing that things can happen. And yesterday, Sunday, when I was spending the day trying to evaluate how to recover from the fall this weekend, I thought, you know, Charlotte, you just got to recalibrate, girl. Recalibrate. Go to the things that you know help you to dig yourself out of that hole. And so I knew the first thing was Soul Awakening walk. Now, when I started these, it was summertime and I wasn't at the school clinic, so I could do those walks at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning when I got up. But when, of course, I am in school right now in the clinic, and so I had to push the time back to get her done, and I got up at 5:15 this morning. And yes, it was extremely hard to crawl out of my bed at 5:15, but I'm so glad I did, because as soon as I walked out the door, took the doggies for a walk, and I felt that wind in my face, and it was so lovely, and I just was so grateful that I made this step. And so on my walk this morning, one of the things that came to me was I went to a store yesterday, Books A Million, and they had this little box and it said choose joy. I didn't get it, now I wish I had, but it's just a beautiful thought that I've heard and seen over and over and over again, and this morning I decided to focus on that. Instead of staying stuck in the quicksand and the mire and the darkness, I am choosing joy. I am gonna get up in the mornings, even if it's at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm gonna take these Soul Awakening walks, and I'm going to remind myself to focus on joy. And I'm gonna focus on gratitude and joy and be thankful for the things I have in life. Turn that negative attitude around and choose joy.
I hope if you guys are experiencing some downtimes like I did this weekend, that you can remember those 2 little words, choose joy, and focus on the positives in your life, the beautiful blessings that you have, that you've been given, and all the ways that you can share that joy with others to keep spreading that love and that joy around. I hope you had an amazing week last week and that this week is even better. I would love to hear the ways that you guys are also choosing joy in your life. And if you have any other suggestions for how you pulled yourself out of the quicksand, I would love to hear. I'm always up to hear. I would love to hear the ways that you've pulled yourself out of those situations. Love you guys.